Nice. I think those are some decent crafting materials there. Now, it looks like there could potentially be some interesting things along the riverbank here. Just based on how we ran into some centipedes there. And this rock looks conspicuous. Nope, apparently nothing special about it after all, though. Okay. There's what appears to be a bit of a tent set up there, and we're seeing some commotion over already. Presumably some kind of enemy, maybe bandits, given what we know about, given the track record of types of things we run into here. Let's just save real quick. Been a little while, I think. We are now, I believe, out of Golden Oriole. It's a little bit concerning because we've been relying on that very heavily as of late. What, is that a panther? Just caught a glimpse of it. Oh, well, here it is. Yes, I believe it is a panther. Urn, I believe, is also what we're supposed to do against them. Did you hit us there? I did not think you hit us. Not so bad. Just you? Or are there more? Not seeing the circle of commotion anymore. I think we're in the clear now. Okay, now this is presumably the dead guy we're looking for. Orders from Calvin. Decent amount of crowns and some raw meat. Calvin, you know I like you, unlike the rest of this lot. Got a good head on your shoulders. This thing about a panther. Seriously, lad. You've adopted a diddling panther? Again, people trying to adopt a panther. Don't do that. It's a dangerous wild animal, not really meant to be domesticated. A few of our men came back to camp with their bums so bitten, they'll have to doo-doo standing up for weeks. Man. And the very thought of going back on patrol has them shaking so hard, their seams burst. This can't go on. Heard you've even gone so daffy as to give it a name. Hobbs the Panther. Sure it's not a tiger? And his name is Calvin as well. Oh, man. For those who aren't familiar, there's a Calvin and Hobbes. Calvin and Hobbes. Look it up. I'm not sure how... I mean, how old is that? That's fairly old at this stage, so I'm not sure how many people know about it. But, you're completely off your nut, aren't you? Now concentrate, because I don't like repeating this. The lad who brought you this letter is carrying a hefty coin pouch. That's the lion's share, no bleeding pun intended, of the loot from our last job. Pouch is yours, but you take that overgrown kitty somewhere out in the wilderness and slit its throat. Simple enough? For the sum you're getting from me, you'll buy yourself 2 pure-blooded greyhounds, and we can forget the whole thing. That's me being generous. Don't make me change tax. SPRIGGAN. Okay. You say there's loot. Again, the captain armor, but we know now that we can get that from other places as well. Getting lots of pink armor dye and more of the dye solutions, so I think we were passing up on the opportunity to buy some of those previously, but it seems as though we're probably good. Was that not? Oh, that was not actually the... Huh. Not actually the quest marker. I didn't remember if there was a question mark here or not. Did we just randomly happen across this place? Or was there actually a question mark? Don't remember. But at least initially, I'd assumed that was going to be the the quest-related space for us to check out. Now, there's some drowners over here. They are definitely not in the direction of the quest. But I think we'll investigate just to see if they are guarding anything. My guess is they're just random, coincidental drowners who happen to be hanging out by the water, because that's what drowners do. We'll see. Ooh. One more hit in that combo than I was expecting you to have. He hit you both here, maybe, with the whirl? I mean, kind of, but timing was not really ideal there, and we ran out of stamina right when we needed it most. Okay. That's a couple drowners down. Yes. There were more. And again, the question stands as to whether there's actually anything over here, or is it just random drowners? Right now, it's looking like just random drowners. Can you stop dodging, please? Oh, I honestly didn't even realize there was going to be one over there. I did not see you. Oh, neither of you dropped loot. Here I am, pressing the loot button as if there's anything on the ground. There isn't. Okay, and speaking of there not being anything here, I don't think there's anything else here other than just random drowners, so let's head on over to the quest spot. Might be this little series of boulders here? A little bit further in, I think, but this is probably worth just taking a quick check. What's this all about? If anything? Appears to be nothing. This is the spot we're looking for. Okay. Persons in distress. Let's save. Okay. Somebody we're trying to rescue here? Oh, in a cave. No less, potentially? I think so. I assume that's where they are. Yep. I think I see the person. Okay, I'm gonna try not to Iggy in case we can actually harm this person with an Iggy. That seems like that would be a bad thing to do. Also, if you could just, like, not stand right in the middle. Okay, well, and then I did proceed to Iggy. I actually didn't mean to do, because I thought I was on Quen. Yeah, like, if you could not just stand right in the middle of all this, that'd be great. You are safe. I believe that was the last of them.
Thank you, noble knight. I'd ventured north in search of herbs for a new flavored wine. When suddenly...
Calm down. It's over.
You're good. You're good.
Diddlers kidnapped me in hopes of...
The bung diddlers. Oh no. Gasp.
But with Master Liam's troubles, he never could have paid them. Ah, but I'm free and safe, thanks to you. Should you need any herbs, I've a hearty stock at the Coronata. Will you walk me there?
I assume this instantly teleports us there? Probably. That tends to be what happens when we have these things. And we haven't looted stuff around here yet. So I imagine there's probably some things in this very cave. Maybe not a lot, but potentially a bit. Then the other thing is that there were all the other question marks here that we were saying we would potentially want to investigate as well. Those are, you know, a little bit more remote than this spot. I mean, there's nothing stopping us from doing that on a future occasion. And this is potentially a convenient way to basically get a free fast travel back to what would otherwise be a somewhat long walk back. Yeah, we can come back here, so I suppose we'll head out.
Lead the way, right behind you.
I was gonna say, then maybe it's gonna fade out to the chest we didn't loot.
Here we are, once again. I thank you for the rescue. Wish to look over my stock?
We haven't been to the vineyard, like, at all. I mean, other than the whole part where we've done basically everything at this stage to try to free it of its archspore infestation and whatnot, but apparently it seems pretty run down.
Master Liam doesn't seem a diligent proprietor.
He tries as best he can. It's not his fault our vineyard suffered plague upon plague.
Plagues? What kind?
Well, the enormous yellow man-eating sun juice, for instance.
Huh?
I cannot set foot into the brush for fear of coming out ahead shorter.
What? What are you talking about? Anyways, I guess we'll check out your wares.
Show me what you got.
And you have more of the skill tree resetting and mutagen resetting stuff, which we have not yet used, but we should do that soon. We're actually getting kind of close to hitting level 43, which we don't really want to do all that soon. But let's see. What I really want to do here is, okay, you don't have a lot of money, but I was gonna say do something similar to what we did with the recent other herbalists that we spoke to, that being sell some of our large stock of crafting materials, like our 100 locks of lamia hair, which you can buy for what? They're worth 49 a piece? Are you serious? These are like a dime a dozen in Skellige. You can get them from any sirens, and sirens grow on trees in Skellige. So that's, okay. It's pretty profitable, I would think. That feels like that's a lot more than other people were buying that for. Out of curiosity, the Berserker... Yeah, this lady seems to buy crafting materials for a crazy high price. These things are usually selling for much less than that, I think. We'll even have another round of locks of lamia hair. Surprised we don't have more necker materials. Harpy talons. Sure, we'll give you one of those. That was the thing in The Witcher 2, where you fought so many harpies, or at least you could fight so many harpies, because they were one of the enemies that just infinitely could respawn in a bunch of different places. And their crafting materials, like the talons, like the feathers, like the... what's the other thing? Eyes, maybe? They were very valuable, so you could become rich very easily just by fighting a few extra harpies. But maybe it turns out the sirens are that for The Witcher 3. I mean, we don't really need it, but like...
Thanks. See you
Just
later.
wish we had a little bit more money so we could sell you more things. Okay, a little too smiley, if you ask me. Ah, interesting. Without investigating Vermentino's problems, let Liam take over Belgard, or continue investigating and deal with Matilda's problems. I was definitely going to do Matilda's stuff. I was also going to investigate, yeah. I wanted to still do the whole check out what is up with the what's the name of Matilda's family? The Vermentinos. I was still wanting to check out the Vermentino estate to see what's the potential sabotagery might have been, which I'm hoping is still an option. I mean, it's no longer showing up here on Wine Wars Coronado, which is a little bit concerning. It was an optional one. That was one thing I was a little bit concerned about, going with all 5 of the vineyard restoration things first and not checking that out. And then another reason why potentially would have made sense to not fast travel here. I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but yeah, so we are now in the middle of the vineyard. Yeah, so we could go back there. I don't think we do that, though. Just don't talk to Liam, and we'll be fine. Okay. So let's go, or Matilda for that matter. We just need to solve Matilda's problems for her. So let's make sure we do this one next. I think this has definitely now become top priority. And again, we'll go back to these other question marks later on, and maybe even this entrance if we remember that we've not technically finished everything here. In fact, we could throw something there just to hopefully be a bit of a reminder that, hey, although you went here, you may not have gotten everything. I think it was a pretty small cave complex, so a complex is probably even too strong a word to describe it, but there's like maybe a couple chests in there that we didn't loot, so it's probably not a huge deal. But okay, so the Vermentino estate is further to the west. So it does mean we're gonna have to go across the Belgard area. Yeah, actually, that's interesting. So the Coronata Vineyard is like right over here. That was a little too aggressive, but right over here. And then the Vermentino estate is over here. But then where is Belgard? If the house or the building from which we were talking about Belgard is right there, then it's like right in the middle. But where, from a land standpoint, is it like this spot further up north here with these question marks, or this spot like north and west, north of Vermentino? Or is it like right along the river on either side? Just doesn't seem like there's any room between the Coronata Vineyard and the Vermentino Vineyard to have another one as well. But I'm sure we'll figure it out. But anyways, let's head over now. We'll learn later. Okay. I suppose there's a chance it's just in a totally different area. Seems a little strange that they would be discussing all that stuff in anywhere other than Belgard. Pretty sure that was basically a midpoint. This is the Office of Internal Revenue. The IRS. I don't think we've been across the bridge yet, though. Can we go through this? We cannot. Not lootable. Sad face. There is a question mark here. It's so close. Why not?
Here's the cart.
Oh. Were we supposed to know about this? It seemed like... Let's see. It seemed like this might have been one of the... Assist with the collecting the stuff of the... Or in preparation for the whole Leviota statue thing. Why did I... Oh, this one. Second of the missing transports was especially important. Oh, yeah. I think this is for the Leviota statue. For with it was to have arrived the builder's supply of wine. Since time immemorial, the world over, no significant structure had ever been completed without the workers erecting it having received their fair share of alcohol. Thus, finding this group and transport was critical to completing the statue of the Prophet of Leviota. Gotcha. Yeah, so all we needed was the cow quest. So we're cool. Although, whatever that is, it's a little concerning. Hello?
Good evening. Wake up.
Wake up, young man. It's time to wake up. Your love affair has got to go.
Hey, wake up.
What?
Giddy up.
Giddy up? Excuse me, Geralt. Oh, and he's puking. This isn't Roach we're talking to. The architect?
Wake up.
Leave me in peace, Witcher.
Okay, now is the last one that guy over there, or is there just someone we missed who's out in the open here? Not seeing anyone else right now, so I think we investigate that, but it's red, which suggests to me that it might be an enemy of some variety. Unless, no, that's just loot. It's not a person. At least I'm fairly certain that wasn't a person. Oh! Yeah. You breathing?
Come on, get up.
This weird, like, heavy breathing sound.
Saint Lebioda sent you. I must now repair my wagon. They await me at the building site.
So long.
Ah. Okay, so with each Lebioda related quest, do we get this sort of cutscene here in which we can see the progress they're making on the statue? Is that a thing? Because it did just teleport us a little bit in order to do that. It did give us a very nice scenic view from atop the bridge. Dramatic sunset as well. But, it did seem like some of the Lebioda related quests were pretty far away. Some of them were really far north and west. That is not Verge. So, you know, to be able to see the progress from there would be difficult unless we got teleported a very long distance, but that's the wrong side of the bridge. Always gives us a different view of the statue. Okay, that is cool. Does it always show you that one at sunset? Because that was pretty great timing. But I don't know if that's always set up that way or if that was just a coincidence that it happened to work out. This is also... no, this looks new. Arrest warrant. In accordance with Article 161 of the Ducal Code, the Attorney General of the City of Beauclair has designated a reward to be given to whomever shall bring before the court one Antoine Striggan, Elias Starling, or else provide proof of his passing. Striggan, I thought we just saw that name recently. Okay, but now that we're on this side of the river, let's see, this is definitely the closest one. There is this little town-ish thing with a notice board. I don't know if that's technically the sort of home area of the estate. I feel like it very well could be. In which case, maybe we wait and we'll check it out once we've done all of these things. Actually, one of them is way up here. That's over closer to where we were doing all the things for Coronata. Interesting. But either way, I think we start with this one. That's not far away from where we currently are. Yeah, they threw us for a bit of a loop there when they teleported us on the bridge. Let's see. Anything else over here? Some owls. That is cool, the variety of bird sounds they have. It's a lot. Or at least enough to feel like it's different very often. The owl sounds like it's in this tree. There... loot? Under the bridge? I mean... there's loot under the bridge if you believe there's loot under the bridge. Oh, this doesn't look good. This is probably what we're looking for. Some wolves, it would appear. Or at least it would sound.
Just wonderful.
I mean, they're part of your... they're your wolf brethren. Sort of. This is also for Prophet Lebioda stuff? Oh, did we actually have that as our active quest there and not the Wine Wars? Might have. I mean, either way, it's in the area. It works. Hello? Hello, Sir Wolfiness. Yeah. Okay, this is for Prophet Lebioda stuff. I mean, again, it works. So close by. And it is also something we're going to want to do. But, got this.
Smashed bones. Damn, it was strong.
Okay. Let's see. Investigate the tracks around the abandoned wagon. The third of the lost transports transports had gone missing somewhere in the nearby woods or wilds. The area had a history of folk disappearing after entering the woods, then they would fail ever to return. Geralt could not help but expect the worst. Okay, so on one hand, obviously we have these facts.
Deep prints, blood, just trying to get away.
We can continue to do this, but let's just double check here. So, I mean, the initial plan was... What is this one? Initial Beauclair's Wild? Meet the merchants at the camp? Oh, that's 46. I was going to say, I thought it was 36 for a second. I was like, what? Why did we not do that lower level one? But, this was, of course, the quest we were planning to do right about now. Okay, yeah, it is not quite as far north. There is one that's very close by. So, we finish the Prophet of Lebiota stuff here, or do we instead go back over to that one? I mean, I do want to try to finish both these Wide Moors things while we're still level 42. We can, but maybe we'll continue following the tracks, at least for now. This shouldn't be a... I don't remember how much experience we got from our previous Prophet of Lebiota thing that we just did. Hoping it's actually not a huge amount, but we'll see. That's not the end of the world. We do level up and start getting an experience penalty on some stuff. So this is something big and bad.
Damn it.
What is that? Is that a Leshen? Is that Spriggan? It looks kind of like a Leshen. But this is the first. That seems to be behaving rather Leshen-like. What the heck? Have we ignited you? Because I feel like we should probably ignite you. Okay. That presumably is the same type of thing that Leshens... It is a more dramatic version of the thing that Leshens do. Nope. Down it goes.
Something behind these roots.
Ooh. That was an interesting opponent. Does give Leshen resin. Yeah, so I'm guessing that's kind of some kind of relative of the Leshen. Let's read about that. That was an interesting enemy, to say the least. It's a relict. Oh. Oh? Okay. I'm assuming this is probably a Witcher contract enemy, since it's grayed out. Sometimes we hear a little bit about them in advance, but... Let's see. This is the thing that we were just fighting. It looks like a Leshen, but more human-like. I was gathering berries, or at least, I mean, the Leshens usually have these skull... I don't know if helmet is the right, or mask is the right phrase, but presumably their actual face is not the skull. I mean, maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but it's almost like, you know, the Leshens have the skull on their face, and then the Spriggans are Leshens that just chose to take off the mask. So I was gathering berries, as one does this time of year, when suddenly the tree shook, and I saw this thing. Fragment of a story told by a woman returning from the woods. Spriggans are a subspecies of the monsters known as Leshens. Okay. One is liable to come across them in inaccessible, infrequented woodlands. They do not usually attack humans if unprovoked, but when irritated they can be quite fearsome, and, as they possess considerable strength, they are capable of doing great damage. Their appetite is such that they can devour more flesh than an army at a wedding. Oh. Each Spriggan has mastery over plants and is inextricably tied to them. Thus, if someone destroys greenery in its domain, it immediately comes to punish the disturber. Oh, I wonder if we had, say, like, taken any of the herbs in this area, if it would have just charged straight at us. Interesting enemy, though, for sure. I mean, the Leshens, like, if we had taken this, for example, that send another one charging out of this area toward us.
Come out. I'm not gonna hurt you.
Godling, question mark? Looks like a Godling cave.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, or humans.
Lebiota keep you in his care.
I suppose we were, of course, trying to save a group of humans. This reminded me a lot of Johnny's house. Okay, it's getting taller. Nice. And Roach, out of curiosity, that golden set of blinders, what do we think of that? I feel like I like the old ones better, because it just, gold doesn't really go with the silver, white, and red, and a little bit of blue we have going on. Not our previous ones. Like, if we just, I think we still have them on us. I think the silver works better. The silver matches the silver at the front of the saddle. That just seems much more cohesive to me. That is the sound of a drowner. Or devourer. Okay, let's double check where we ended up here. There is a question mark right next to us. So that is tempting to do that. It could, of course, end up being another one of the Prophet of Lebioda things, in which case we're going to start making pretty decent amount of progress on that. But since we're... Oh no, this is the Lebioda one that's active right now. Let's switch back to Vermentino. Okay, and that is one of the Vermentino ones, so perfect. That, and then there's actually a couple that are further south. Interesting. Okay. Yeah. This is actually the furthest north, yeah. Let's go for this. And like I said, it sounded like Devourers or Rot Fiends, something like that. It's technically a hidden treasure. But my guess is we're going to have to get rid of you first. And a you. Okay, your color scheme is quite interesting. There's another one off in the distance. We have a Quenon? We do not have a Quenon. We do have a Quenon. Just kidding. Okay, you're exploding. On your friend? Question mark? Yes, although it's not enough to take out said friend. That should be enough to have you explode. It is. Yeah, even the Rot Fiends are with the whole Toussaint having vibrant colors theme. They got the memo. Don't worry. Alright, Rot Fiend. Your turn. Okay, now, stop whirling. Get out of the way. Okay, I believe that was the last of them. So 1 out of 5 done for this vineyard. Let's see what other loot we have here. Foxhide. I think that's new. Don't think we've seen that before. Oh, I saw something else over here. Well, that's the main thing we're looking for. Augustine Tonele's journal and key to chest in Sunflower Fields. What a name. Okay. What's the deal here? Augustine Tonele's journal. Thick journal written in steady hand. The last pages, however, contain different handwriting full of blots and crossed out words. Presumably that means a different author. A mysterious gentleman has come to me asking whether I should agree to sell him the stock of barrels we are preparing for the new wine variety. I refused him curtly, for I know how much the new wine means to Miss Matilda, and how much depends on this wine's success. After all, things have been very tight at the vineyard these last days. This extremely mysterious gentleman has turned out to be equally extremely wealthy. He came to me again with a very hefty pouch. Oh, blast it. It'll be very hard to refuse him if he puts me in that trial again. Today I forgot to lock the gates to the barrel storehouse. I'm very ashamed. But what could I do? Miss Matilda is crushed. I won't touch that coin until all has settled down. I've hidden a sack stuffed with Nilfgaardian florins in the sunflower fields. I would not want someone to find such a fortune in my home. Okay. He's paid me another visit. This time, he wanted me to procure him the recipe for the new wine. I do have some honor. Barrels are one thing. I can make new ones, perhaps even better ones, but the recipe for the wine. He said I'd sooner die, and then he gave me this strange look, sent shivers down my spine. I think I'd best barricade my doors this night. He's like, oh, okay. Say you'd rather die? Say no more. Don't take candy from a stranger. Okay. That presumably is a treasure hunt to find the chest in the dandelion field. Ah, you can see the statue from here. Or at least the current state of the statue. Okay. So next we would have probably this one. Wait, so there's this. That'll be number 2, 3. Okay, this one I missed. 3 and 4. Gotcha. So let's go, I guess go to this one. Then we'll go to the next one here. This question mark, at least this next question mark, is not going to be tied to this quest. It's probably going to end up being one of the Leviota things then. Maybe not, but that does seem to be a pretty high concentration of those in this area. What is this? Wolves over there. Attic archway. Presumably leading to something. Although the thing we're looking for is potentially on the other side of the river. Some kind of... Whoa, that sounds like... Archspores? Yeah. Alright, let's get rid of them. Oh, those look different. They're red archspores. It was 40 something. Is that 48? 46, 46. That's dangerous. And we don't have our Golden Oriole up anymore. We ran out of charges on that, which makes me rather concerned because we were leaning on that very heavily previously. So we just like casually meditate right now. Get that back. I'd like to have that back. That'd be nice. We just like, you know, can't do that now, probably because we're like sort of still in combat. Kinda, sorta. What about now? There we go. That's better. I just wanted to get our... Not Succubus Caution, yeah. Golden Oriole back. I'm assuming these guys are still here. So, apparently not. Oh, there they are. It's catching me a little bit off guard, is all. Okay, let's activate this. Just in the nick of time, as well. Okay, you did not save the damage that we dealt to you the previous go-round, which is fine, I guess. Can you just, like, get fried, please? So we can get the permanent damages boosted. If we could, like, walk at some point in time, that'd be great. I'd prefer that. Yeah, we don't actually want to get hit by your melee attacks. Those will still hurt us. Can you get hit, please? It does not like when we whirl it. One down. Now let's get this one. Yeah, because I remember the description of Archspores in our bestiary had said that the color of Archspore is an indication of how powerful it is. So I'm pretty sure this is our first time fighting the red Archspores, which may be considered one of the stronger ones. I gotta put into you. In theory, would mean we could deal more damage with things like this world. So it may not matter. It may not matter. Down they go. Was there significance to this location, or were you just random Archspores guarding this spot? Ray armor, Dinah. There's another one that feels like it's not going to do much. Much of our armor is already gray. Thank you for asking. Sure. No more stuff here? No. Is there anything else here? Of particular green gold. I think I saw thought I saw something else that said something greenish. That previous set of loot, and I was like, huh? Okay, now there's a red chest. That's presumably what we're really looking for here. Also, got to actually loot the archboard itself. So what is this? Why are we here? It's locked. Okay, so in that case, my guess is we're going to be over here on a future occasion. No worries.